Mark Holmes here, of course, with, I don't know if you can hear me, he's got his earbuds in, with my man, Michael Anthony Painter. No, you know what, we're going to call him Michelangelo, like the great painter. I think he heard me. I think I saw his head shaking. You know, he's painting, it looks like the same color as his shirt on one of the racks over there, orange. So, I'm in here working because, you know, it's all about you guys and you ladies. You guys ask me and say, hey, Mark, you know, I love what you're doing. I dig what you're doing, but I need something a little bit different. Somebody ended up sending me an email yesterday said, I love the butcher blocks and the cutting boards, but I need something a little bit different. I need a noodle board. I'm like, the fuck? So I looked it up. So this is kind of what Jed had actually talked about too. It's kind of like a cutting board hybrid for doing noodles and like baking stuff that actually goes over top of the stove. So that way you got a work surface there if you're not cooking. So I was like, yeah, okay. So the biggest problem is going to be, hey, Mike, if we ship out something that's 24 by 30, is that going to be a problem? Even though it's only like 2 inches thick?
Because you have to pay for the size of the box, too.
Yeah, finding the box will be... Yeah, well, anyway, we'll see what we can do. So, somebody said, I love the laces, and I love the way you have your hats with the helmets, because that's a rack that's like this. It's like a supersize lace. So you can set your baseball cap over here, and then the helmets hang over. Or you can go like this, and you can put other stuff on it. So it's convertible. But the ones I have downstairs are actually twice as long. I can't ship it. That's the problem. Like if we shipped it 6 foot, okay, 2 of these versus 1 that's 6 foot long. Which is better? Okay.
It depends on how much it costs.
Well, that's what I'm saying, cost-wise. Okay, anyway. But this is actually kind of ingenious because think about it. If you have, like, your division, Cowboys, Washington, Eagles, Giants, they can go there like that. So you get one for each of the division, and that's what this person is getting. They getting 8 of them. So I'm making those. I got the hat racks, and I'm doing some changes on those. So now the new hat racks are actually going to be able to hold 6 hats instead of 5. But anyway, we're trying to innovate and all that. The Lions. In fact, we have a Lions player coming in today who's a safety, former Lions player, who might be signed by the Cowboys. His name slips my brain right here. I get too much sawdust on here. But anyway, that's not what I called about. The Lions are playing funny money with Jarod Goff's contract. What they've done is they've restructured the contract. Now, I want you to understand something. A lot of people don't understand the difference between restructuring and redoing a contract. Restructuring means, in most cases, they're not giving money back. You are still having the same contract. How they divvy it up is the thing. See, like now we're seeing teams, and of course the Cowboys too, adding voidable years. When you restructure, what you're doing is you're taking some of the salary from this year, and we're going to say that's bonus money, in which case you can spread it out to the length of the contract. And what a lot of teams are doing is they're adding 2 more years or 3 more years, or in the case of Tyson Hill, 4 years to that. So they can say, I'm going to take $20 million. You got 4 years left, so that means I'm going to pay $5 million a year to spread that out. So instead of paying the $20 million for this year for that player, you're paying the $5 million. And basically, teams are doing this because they know the salary cap is at rock bottom right now, and it's going to rise because of the television contract. They're still working on the DirecTV stuff, right, Mike? Okay, he ain't listening to me. But see, like ESPN is still interested in getting the Sunday ticket. But it may be Amazon or somebody else may swoop in and get that deal. But we don't know how that's going to work. So they've restructured Jarod Goff's deal to grab themselves about $20 million, or $15 or $20 million of cap relief for this year. What does that mean? That means that you're not looking to dump them at the end of the season because you just made it more expensive for the hit. Because all that money you converted now becomes guaranteed money, and now you got to pay that in the end. So that means that Jarod Goff may be in their plans for the near future, at least for this year, and that may change how the draft goes then too, because they may not be looking per se for a rookie quarterback in the draft. You know, you got to take all these different pieces and put it together so that way you can figure out, you know, if a team is saying, okay, we're okay at quarterback, then we are not going to necessarily draft one unless one falls to our lap. You know, if a team signs a big name free agent, you know, cornerback, generally speaking, they're not going to be trying to take one high in the draft. So that's where you look at Denver. Denver ended up signing, you know, big name free agent cornerback. So maybe Denver's not going to go ahead and look at, say, Patrick Surtain. So, you know, and then you got to look at other teams that are, you know, are we going to go for a quarterback instead of going for a different position? All these things, and this is part of the reason why I can't stand doing mock drafts. If you did a mock draft, you know, a month ago or 2 months ago, how's that relevant to now? You know, now that the Lions have gotten Jarod Goff and Matthew Stafford's gone to the Rams, that changed everything that you decided, you know, 2 months ago. And still, free agency will dictate what happens. If the Cowboys end up signing Kazee or Hooker or Curse, that's going to change how we're going to look at safety. Maybe we'll still take a safety, but you won't see the urgency of trying to take him maybe in the second round. You follow what I'm saying? All these things are variables in the free agency cycle. Okay? And speaking of cycle, I've been in here busy as a mother humper. We've got, I've got to get these sanded so I can get ready to put the primer coat on these. When I get that done, then I got to go through and I got to cut the angles and cut the dados on those and sand those up so I can get those primed. And then I got over here, look at all these footballs. All these footballs. I got to do the final sanding on these so I can put them into the base so I can start painting the footballs. Built more laces over here. They got to dry so I can sand those. And you can see behind me all the big ass racks. Cut all those yesterday and glued them up last night, and now sand those and get painting. The work never ends, but I'm gonna say I appreciate all of you guys buying stuff, ordering stuff, getting stuff, because the reason why we're able to build our studio downstairs and do the things that we're doing is because of your guys' support. And every time you buy a rack or a shot glass or become a channel member, it helps us get here. Because the new thing that we're going to do, I'm going to get myself a CNC machine because of you guys. So many of you are saying, hey, I want to have a logo engraved in it, or I want my name put on it and something like that. It's going to be a major investment, but as they say, scared money don't make no money. So Jerry Jones, you got to spend some money, dude. You got to spend some money if you want to step up the game. All right, y'all. I'll check you out later. Maybe we'll do a live stream in here. I got to go Home Depot and pick up some more stuff. Home Depot should pay me. They should pay me because they get a lot of love from me. All right. See you.